Hey, welcome back. This is Maurice. I'm here for another video. Now, it's not a beer review, but it is a beer pickup. My wife and I were recently in New England and upstate New York. We were gone for 13 days, and I picked up quite a bit of beer, interesting stuff. And so it was quite a trip. We started off in Portland, Oregon, Portland, Maine. Then we went to Manchester, New Hampshire for a wedding. Then we went to Boston, Massachusetts for a few days. Then we ended up in Saugerties, Catskill, New York to visit my brother and his family. So along the way, I picked up a few beers, and we'll start off right now. And the first place we went to was Portland, Maine, and I found a beer store there called RSVP. They sold liquor and wine. It's a pretty good place. So if you're ever in the Portland, Maine area, I would recommend going there if you're looking for something interesting. So the first things I found were from Russian River, of all places. They're based in Northern California. Uh, these were bottled in July, so not too bad. Early July, but hey. So Santa Rosa and Windsor, California is where Russian River is based in. So the first thing we'll go over is Damnation. Belgian style golden ale, 7.5% ABV, 11.15 fluid ounce bottle or 330 milliliters. It's newer beer. I've never heard of it before, so I'm eager to give it a try. Damnation, the first in our long lineup of Belgian-inspired beers, is a medium-bodied golden ale. We ferment Damnation with a Belgian yeast strain that gives us notes of fruit and spice. Damnation is re-fermented in this bottle to create its fine carbonation. Pour slowly, allowing the natural yeast sediment to remain. All right. Then we get into their big beers, half-liter bottle. 510 milliliter, a little bit bigger than the half liter. And this is Blind Pig, which is a IPA. It's 6.25% ABV. And on the label, it says Blind Pig is a Prohibition era term for a speakeasy. Our very first brewery was named Blind Pig Brewing Company, which was located in Temecula, California. It was here that we first fell in love with IPAs and hops. Our Blind Pig IPA is generously hopped with hints of citrus, woody notes, and a lingering bitterness. All right. I've heard good things about it. It's highly rated on both Untappd and Beer Advocate. And then here's the final one, Pliny the Elder, a double IPA. This is world renowned for being a top-notch double IPA. Once again, 510 milliliter bottle, 8% alcohol by volume. Pliny the Elder was a Roman naturalist, scholar, historian, and author. In his writings, he refers to lupus solitaris, meaning wolf among scrubs, likely an early reference to hop vines growing wild among willows. Pliny the Elder died in 79 AD while saving people during the eruption of Mount Vesuvius. He was immortalized by his nephew and adopted son, Pliny the Younger. Pliny the Elder, the beer, is a full-bodied, hop-forward double IPA. They do make a beer called Pliny the Younger, but that's a limited release. Next, from the same store, I picked up from the Maine beer company, Peeper, which is a pale ale. After a few years of home brewing in our garage, my brother and I decided we should open a brewery so that we could share our beer. In 2009, we started with a one-barrel system and worked on a single recipe over and over until Peeper was born. They are based in Freeport, Maine. Let's see, 5.5% alcohol by volume. This is 1 pint, 0.9 fluid ounces. So it's a half liter. I tried their lunch, which is their double IPA, which is an IPA, and it was excellent, an excellent beer. I had it on tap a couple times when I was out there. So very good beer. Next, this is a sentimental favorite of mine. Geary Brewing Company, the original Pale Ale. Geary used to be available in Michigan back in the 90s, and unfortunately, a lot of out-of-state craft breweries got forced off the shelves because more Michigan craft breweries were opening up. So we lost this beer, but I always liked it, and I'm gonna try it again after all these years. I bought a 6-pack, 5.2 ABV. New England's first craft brewery. Yeah, they've been around a long time. And finally, when in Portland, we visited Allagash, and I had a flight and another beer there that was really good. And this is Cru, I think that's how you pronounce it. A Belgian-style golden ale aged in bourbon barrels. So this sounds really good. Barrel-aged golden classic. Aging our award-winning golden ale in bourbon barrels layers it with subtle notes of vanilla, caramel, and oak. It's 1 pint, 9.4 fluid ounces, 750 milliliters. And you may ask, why did I buy a big bottle like this? My answer is, why not? Instead of a 4-pack. Now, one of the beers I tried there was only available in cans, so it was called Cure 8, which is this beer blended with a Pilsner. And they poured it in their glass. It was a good beer. I didn't taste much of the barrel, but I did taste the Belgian yeast, and it's a good beer, so I can't wait to try this one. I also picked up a shirt and a glass there. All right, next purchases were at Treehouse Brewing in Tewksbury, Massachusetts. Treehouse has 4 locations. They brew beer in Massachusetts, one in Woodstock, Connecticut, and another one in Saratoga Springs, New York. They also have a tap room store in the Prudential Center. So I picked up 3 4-packs. The first one is Old Man. It's an extra special bitter, 5.4% by volume. Old Man is an extra special bitter ale brewed as a homage to my father, who started his craft beer journey with the love of ESBs. This is lovingly crafted, flavorful beer that is easy to drink, especially with food. We taste notes of earthy hops, varied malt character, and a soft carbonation, classic and approachable. A portion of the proceeds from this beer benefit the Michael J. Fox Foundation. I always like the ESBs. I drink Red Hook ESB and Fuller's ESB. Unfortunately, they're no longer available. Fuller's is not available anywhere in the U.S. from what I can find. And Red Hook has been out of the market here for at least a decade, which is unfortunate because I love ESBs. Next is Nelson Many Ways. It's a double IPA brewed with, it's a New Zealand style double IPA brewed with Nelson Sauvin hops, which are primarily grown in New Zealand. Now, if you ever visit the Treehouse YouTube channel, they visit the New Zealand hop farms come harvest time so they can pick them for their beers. So very interesting. New Zealand has their own types of hops, and they're really basically kind of tropical. Now, this beer had 3 different labels in the 4-pack. So this is one of them, which is really nice. I picked up a lot of IPAs. Now, I didn't pick up a 4-pack of Julius, which is their flagship beer, but I did try it out when we were there. I had a pint. It was good. I could have chugged it down. It was really that easy to drink, but it really wasn't my kind of IPA. It's hazy with very little hop bitterness. So but it's very popular and people love it. And finally, from Treehouse, I picked up Pizza Party, which is a German Pilsner, which is dry hopped. It's made with anchovy hops from Seagal Ranch Farms. So dry hop, I had to try it. A dry hop German style Pilsner. Very interesting. I wonder if they're doing this to compete with the West Coast Pilsners that are very popular in California and coming over to the rest of the country. So those were the Treehouse beers. I also picked up a magnet for my beer fridge and a t-shirt. So in Allagash, I picked up a t-shirt too. So that makes 2 t-shirts. Then we went to Boston after the wedding, and I did visit the Boston Beer Company's tap room at the Faneuil Hall area, Faneuil Hall. I had a flight there, picked up a t-shirt and a bottle opener that was also a magnet. So that also went on my beer fridge. So I'm starting to collect magnet bottle openers. Next, we went to Saugerties, New York. And when we were there, my wife and I picked up some groceries at the Price Chopper in Catskill. I picked up 4 beers there. First is Dogfish Head 90-minute IPA, another highly rated beer. It's Imperial India Pale Ale, 9% alcohol by volume. 90-minute IPA is continually hopped throughout the entire boil and complemented by a powerful malt backbone for an intense yet balanced hop flavor. It's abundantly hoppy and compellingly complex. So, Dogfish Head is based in Delaware, but they are now owned by Boston Beer Company, which is the parent company for Sam Adams. So that's a beer I've had before, but not in a stovepipe can, and we're going to go with that. Next is Southern Tier Brewing Company. They're based out of New York State, Lakewood, New York. This is Hot, an American double IPA, and 8.2% alcohol by volume in the stovepipe can. Not much else information on here. It says bold, balanced, fruity hop flavor. So we'll give it a shot. Then I picked up 2 beers from Fiddlehead Brewing Company of Vermont. They are based in Shelburne, Vermont. I picked up 2 of the second fiddles and 1 of the regular Fiddlehead. Plus, I picked up a 4-pack of Fiddlehead at the grocery store. I tried it in Syracuse when we're at a restaurant on draft, Fiddlehead, on the way out to Portland, and I really enjoyed it. It's kind of hazy, but it really has some good bitterness to it. It's 6.2% alcohol by volume, an India Pale Ale. This is you're holding a can of freshly brewed Fiddlehead. From sold-out concerts to unforgettable backyard hangs, catching waves to catching rays, après-ski to après-après, dinner dates to pizza nights, hot tub beers to birthday cheers, beach chairs to front porch swings, from the hills to the bottom, from the hills to from the bottom, tee boxes to lazy rivers, tailgates to happy hours, softball diamond to horseshoe pits, from us to you. All right, it was a good beer, and I want to give a rating to it, so I'm going to do a video on it. Then it's Second Fiddle. I haven't had this one. It's a double IPA. It's 8.2%. So it should be, we'll see how it is. My brother Jim really likes it. So it says, you are holding a can of freshly brewed Second Fiddle double IPA. An extensively dry hop double IPA. Second Fiddle is second in name only. It is big and aromatic with notes of citrus, tropical fruit, and fresh pine. All right. So I'm eager to try this one. And finally, the last beer I picked up in New York, it was the last 4-pack at a beer store in Saugerties, and it's the famous Heady Topper by The Alchemist. This is a hazy double IPA, 8% by volume. It doesn't say what hops they use or how many IBUs, but what I've gathered, I looked on Untapped and it said 100 IBUs. I find that hard to believe, but I heard it's really bitter, so we'll try it. This is technically the original American New England style hazy IPA. So I'm really looking forward to it. Gets high scores wherever it gets rated. And they tell you to drink from the can because it has sediment in it. The hops, they don't want the hops to leave the beer when you're in a glass, the hop aroma. But I'll tell you, I will probably, when I do the review, I probably will start from the can, but I will pour it in a glass. Heady Topper is an American double India Pale Ale. This beer is not intended to be the biggest or most bitter. It is meant to give you wave after wave of hoppy goodness on your palate. Tremendous amounts of American hops will creep up on you and leave you with a dense, hoppy finish in your mouth. So drinkable, it's scary. Sometimes I wish I could crawl right into the can. All right, well, we'll see how that is. It says, if you must pour it into a glass, you may find that some of the hop resins have settled to the bottom. Leave them in the can while pouring. This beer is perishable and at its best when it is young, fresh, and hazy. Keep it cold, but not ice cold. Drink this beer immediately. We're always making more. The Alchemist, Stowe, Vermont. So that was it today. So that was plenty of pickups. So I'm enthusiastic about trying these beers out and rating them here on YouTube and Facebook. So remember, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification button. And I will see you on my next beer video, and it will be a review next time. Thanks.